Okay, we're rolling.
You are now tuned in to the Pillow Talk Podcast Hour. You are now tuned in to the Pillow Talk Podcast Hour.
Girl, hurry up. The show about to come on. Come on. Dang.
Yes. What's going on? What's going on, peace? We're in the building. We are in the building. Yes. This is another episode of Pillow Talk Live Podcast. Yes, it is. And I love it. We are here today. Joined with lovely people. One person in particular, she's been a part of the music game for a little minute. She's been in the game for a minute, but we're going to get around to that. First of all, we're going to introduce, me and my lovely wife, we are the Dream Team, of course. Yes, we are the Dream Team. As you can see, yes, me and my lovely wife are the Dream Team.
Dream Team.
Yes, Dream Team. And sitting across from us is our guest for today, our special guest, Miss Judy Jones. Yes.
Hey.
Hey, we in the building. We got to get this crack-a-lacking. We about to get this crack-a-lacking, if you can understand what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? We about to get it cracking. Yes. So we're going to dive into this, man. She's been in the music game for a long time. We're going to try to figure out, the obstacles and the do's and don'ts and the whatnots and what's ahead for the future. We don't know, but we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it in a minute. Are you ready to get to it? Let's see how we're about to do it. So first, we're going to dive right into it. I want to ask, what is your title and what are your duties of that title?
Well, first of all, I don't carry a title besides my name. That's Judy Jones. The company name is J. Jones Entertainment. And it got started with me and Jamar Hocker. I met Jamar doing promotion for Gangsta Pat. And
Right, I remember them days.
Yeah, and I worked for Arc Distributing in downtown Cincinnati. We distributed music to all of the music stores throughout the Midwest, not just Cincinnati, but throughout the Midwest. And I saw these Gangsta Pat promos up by Everybody's Records.
Right.
So, later on in months, I was doing little street promotions myself. And I happened to go down to Kentucky State University, and I saw those Gangsta Pat flyers like a carpet, laid out like a carpet, all the way up to the door where Scarface was going to be there. So I knew it'd be a lot of people that would like the promos. I had promo CDs that I would pass out.
Right.
And I got up there and I saw the guy handing out those flyers. And that's how I met Jamar. And so Jamar had Street Pro Promotions. That was the name of his company. And mine was just Judy Jones.
Wow, I did not know y'all was connected like
we combined it and made J. Jones Entertainment.
Oh.
And Jamar would work like Kentucky and Indiana, and I would work like Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Right.
And we started doing promotion like that. And one time we was in Kentucky doing promotion, and we met this guy, Lil D, Dorian Washington, who is now one of the biggest music promoters, radio promoters, and artists, A&R.
Right.
For Hitmaker Records.
Okay.
And when I tell you, we all started probably 30 years ago now.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Wow.
And so I still go by Judy Jones. The company is J. Jones Entertainment.
Right.
And that's how we actually got started. just working together like that.
That is what's up. Now, I did not personally know that my man Jamar and you were connected in that manner.
Yeah, that's my brother. I love
I didn't-
Jamar.
yeah, Jamar.
When I tell you him and his little brother, I'd do anything in the world for them two guys because we kind of grew the business together and we learned
Right,
while doing the business. Nobody told me how to run a business.
right.
Nobody told me about royalties and BMI and all that. We learned as we went.
Yeah,
And we would inform each other and educate one another.
right.
And I'm telling you, Jamar is a very, very intelligent young man.
He is. Jamar. He knows a lot of people. He's very intelligent, and and on top of that, he's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
So that makes it a whole lot different.
Oh yeah. And he is, I can say, as far as promotions, that boy is fantastic.
Right.
When you can say somebody better than you, they better than you.
Right.
That's Jamar.
Yeah.
And you can really watch him because he promoting his little son.
Yeah.
Khalif
Yeah.
Hocker.
Yeah.
Khalif Hocker is like one of the biggest lacrosse players now at St. X.
Yeah.
And he's already being recruited by colleges.
He's gonna be on the show soon. When
Okay,
he finds
great.
time. So Jamar, he already put that little bug out there, so he'll be on the show soon.
Oh yeah, you got to get him now. 'Cause
Yeah.
pretty soon you're gonna have an agent and you ain't gonna be able to.
It's gonna be hard to get in contact with him. Hey Jamar, we need to get him now. We need to
Right.
stop playing around. Come on, Jamar, stop.
Yeah.
Jamar is a good dude, man. I've been knowing Jamar for some years. You know, like around the same time when Greg and them was doing their thing.
Oh yeah.
Back
yeah.
in them days. So yeah, I could see that. He was always
The whole city know
Always.
that boy.
Yeah.
He used to get on top of his van and put posters all the way at the top of the light pole.
right.
And look, I was supposed to be watching for the police. Next thing I know, me and the policeman standing side by side. He said, that Jamar is something else, ain't it? And I looked, I said, yeah, he is. Well, first of all, I was surprised the policeman knew Jamar's name.
Right. He knew him already.
Yeah, because they lived on the same street.
Right.
So we found a good policeman that time.
Yeah. Good luck. That was good. Some good luck on your hands.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
So, I was gonna ask, but you already kind of like established that. But what would you say to like the year? Like, how long you been in the game? I know you said like 30. Was that the exact first time you were introduced to like doing that promotional thing or the distribution thing, like with Jamar? That was the first, or you was doing a little bit before that?
I was already doing, okay, so by me working at Arc Distributing, what happened is when I first started working there, it was no blacks there. So the music that was being introduced to the record stores wasn't the hip hop, or at that time it was just called rap,
Right.
or gangster rap.
Okay.
Them white guys at the job wasn't pushing that. They ain't even like it.
Right.
If you remember, NWA had a problem because Priority Records was introducing NWA, Ice Cube, people like that. And then Suge Knight and them came on, and they had a problem at Warner Brothers. So back in those times, rap music was not on the Billboard chart at all.
Wow.
Right.
I started doing this back when all of that was going on and they was having problems before Rodney King and all of that.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that.
They wasn't ready for none of that.
Yeah, they weren't
And
ready.
as far as that music went, I could say, honestly, I started doing this probably 85.
85.
Long time.
Wow.
85. Yeah.
Right.
So by the time I met Jamar, it was like 88, going into 90, somewhere right in there. 88 to
Right.
90, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact date, but
Like almost like 36, 37.
right, years ago.
7 years, yeah.
Yeah.
It's around that
So
time.
we've been doing this for a
a long
while.
time, yeah.
Yeah. Now what night? Now we were sitting here talking earlier, and you was telling me something that I found pretty interesting because I did not know this, and you were saying that this area, pretty much all the major record labels was like ran out of this area, like in the Springfield area.
In the Springdale, Tri-County area, Back in the day, it was a lot of major records here, major record companies here. RCA, Sony, I remember, and Warner Brothers. See, at one time, Warner Brothers was downtown Cincinnati. Right there on the corner of Central Parkway and Liberty.
Yeah.
That Warner Brothers building is still there.
I remember that, yeah.
But they did mostly movies and things. But the music part was out here. I can't tell you the year.
Yeah.
We probably could Google it.
Right.
But they were out here in this Tri-County area back then. Wow. And when I started at Arc Distributing, by that time, people was moving. They were moving out of here. So I started at Arc in '84. Actually, I was in college, and I hooked up with one of the bosses at Arc Distributing, and I told him, hey, don't you work at that music distribution company? I'm going to school for radio, television, and film. I'd like to come and co-op there.
Wow.
And he brought me down there and showed me around and everything and said we could really use you. He taught me how to talk to Q102, and I would get all like their top playlists and different things like that, and I could report back to Q102 like what was the top sellers this week, what was this week, and I would report that to the radio station.
Okay.
So like we were talking about the Nielsen reports and things, with the radio station and having to do their Nielsen reports and things, I was their reporter.
Wow.
So when I went back to school, I said, this is what we learned this month during the co-op.
Right.
And eventually I started working there, and I became the #1 black, well, I was the only black, but I was the #1 black buyer, and then I became the black salesperson. And so from there, I saw that black music wasn't really selling. So I started back in the day, a lot of the dealers in the street.
The powder boys.
They had record stores. They owned all the record stores. So when they come in to buy stuff, they didn't know what to buy.
Right.
And I tell them, hey, you need to buy this, you need to buy that. And I remember when Ball MJG came out, coming out hard, I had opened up a cassette, and while I was pulling orders in there, I was listening to this. Right. So Anthony C. from Anthony C's Jeans
Anthony
and
C.
things,
Yes.
on Lynn Street downtown.
Yeah.
When he came in there, I said, Anthony, buy 30 of these cassettes, 8-ball MJG. I said, boy, you gonna sell right out of it. He said, I ain't buying 30 of them. I said, just go in there and ask my boss to give it to you on consignment, and you bring the money right back. I said, you play it on that speaker outside, you gonna sell the heck out of it. Anthony was back within 45 minutes. He said, how you know that was gonna sell? Coming out hard was hard. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
And everybody was bumping it. So Anthony had that speaker out on the street, and he played it. Them kids come from Taft High School, where I graduated from. T.A.
F.G.
She don't
like that.
Where's she from?
Swoop. Aiken. Is it Aiken?
Yeah. But the thing is that when he played that, the people start coming in buying it.
Yeah.
And at that time, all we had was vinyl and cassettes.
Yep.
And my first CD was Teddy Pendergrass' Joy. I don't know if you remember that. It's a joy. Yeah, there you go. He can
In pain. No, that's Frankie Beverly.
That is.
That is?
Yeah, that's Frankie Beverly part.
Yeah.
But Teddy Pendergrass had Joy. Oh, I can't sing.
I think I remember that though. I remember
But you can look it up.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Joy.
Good. Yeah.
I remember Joy. I done went off to what's it called? Frankie Beverly, but it's cool. It's all good. But yeah, I do remember Anthony C. used to have those speakers outside his store, and he used to be bumping it. So yeah, I can imagine, because everybody from downtown used to go to Anthony C.'s
right, or Vince Morton.
Or Vince Morton, but he kind of like faded, and then Anthony
that's when
came.
he moved out to Ashtray.
Yeah. I remember Vince. I used to go in there and get them now ladies every day after school. Vince Morton. So yes, I remember that. Yes. That's what's up, though. I like that, man. That's a heck of a story. I did not know, that those record labels was out here like that. I did not know
Oh
that.
yeah.
I'm thinking that they all out in California and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I could.
Well,
I
see,
could
you know,
that.
rent is high in California. So a
Right.
lot of businesses look for areas such as this, which at that time wasn't as high as it is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know, and if you pay attention to a lot of businesses, now you'll find them in rural areas where the business itself is not paying that big of a tax.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
That makes a lot of difference too. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but hey, if you find them in a building now, because everything's, you know, that they done downsized, and a lot of people are not in those in the buildings anymore.
The actual building, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yep. With the way that the world is, with the, you know, with the like the social media and all this and the streaming and all that. And it's like all these places, even like stores or big businesses, you're gonna do business at home.
Right.
You're gonna be at home doing business, save a
Or
lot
online.
of money. Or online. A lot
Yes.
of online sales.
It's a
So, yeah,
definitely a lot of online.
that's
sales.
true.
So did you ever move out of Cincinnati?
Well, yeah, I never really lived in Cincinnati.
Okay.
I've lived in Kentucky. Now I shouldn't say I never lived in Cincinnati because I was born and raised here in Cincinnati.
Right.
But when I was doing promotions and marketing, I lived in Kentucky. Everybody just assumed that I
did.
lived here because Kentucky and Cincinnati,
Nice.
you know,
Yeah.
Right.
and Indiana, we all just like right here in
Right,
the tri-state area.
But outside, like, did you go to like the West Coast and stuff?
Oh
like that?
no, I had job offers with different labels at the times, and I would have had to go to Michigan because that's where most of them moved to that were here. They moved in the Michigan area, but I never really wanted to work for a major company. I just felt like every year I saw I would see a big turnover every year at those jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would hate to pack up, leave, and go somewhere, and then next year I don't even have that job anymore. I saw that too many times.
Wow.
So I've never been interested in actually moving away from
Okay,
here.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we have land in Kentucky. Me and my husband and I, we have 85-acre farm. And we had cattle, but we got rid of the cattle. We're both retired now. And we kind of just chill.
Now you
know?
growing marijuana. Oops. Hold
No.
on. Nah, I'm messing.
Hey, we see hemp growing everywhere.
Right. Oh. Right.
Right.
So y'all got how many acres you say you had?
85.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And-
good.
And the only thing we got now is 2 little cats. They're not house pets. I don't allow animals in my house. They're outside cats. But on the farm, you kind of have to have that. We have deer that come visit us every night.
Yeah.
You know, just come, we'll see them on the cameras outside.
Right. So you growing any fruit? Any food?
Well, in the summertime, we have like tomatoes, just small
Right.
stuff.
Right.
My neighbor, she's got a big garden, and she's always telling me, come over and get this and that.
Yeah.
But my husband likes grapes. He grows grapes. Well, by it being so dry this summer, the deer ate all the leaves off of his grapes. He's done built a fence around. I said, well, how they going to expand? You done built that fence around.
Wow.
Right.
It wasn't nothing for the deers to eat. It was so dry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they
You know,
found
I-
them something.
Yeah,
They found something.
yeah, they ate all the leaves off my flowers in my
Wow.
garden and everything.
They tore it up.
Hey, you gotta feed the animals first. This was their territory.
It was worse
Right.
than the groundhogs. in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so let me ask you this question.
Oh, Steelers. That's who I'm for.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, was you so sad that the Steelers? You
Oh
wore that?
no.
You ain't had nothing else to wear, so you had to wear the Steelers. No, it's all good. The Steelers is okay. They okay. They
Okay,
in my book.
8:20. They coming on.
Yes.
Oh, they started now.
They started. I think they already started. Yep.
Yeah, they did.
So what made you decide, besides like hooking up with Jamar, doing, having a little a love for music, what made you decide to get fully into the music game?
Honestly, I have loved music from day one.
Right.
I don't know
Yes.
what it is about music, but
Yes.
it always was my joy. That was my calming down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love music. I always have.
Right.
And what I used to do is I'd have my little nephew and them riding with me in the car. And I said, now listen what he's talking about. And I make them listen to a record and hear the message.
Right.
And I fell in love with Earth, Wind, and Fire at an early age. And the OJs, you know, stuff like that.
Good
So,
decision. Good choices. Yes.
Yes. So that's the kind of music I like.
Right.
And every time we get paid as kids, teenagers, I'm going in the store, I'm buying me some music. They
Yeah.
want to go buy clothes. I've never been into clothes. I get music, I read the liner notes, I know who was on this record.
So you was actually reading.
Oh, yeah.
I see. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't do that. They don't read what's going on with the
Oh,
who
yeah.
playing the bass, who produced it, who
The Holiday Inn keys, they used to jingle.
Right.
And the different little instruments. And then that would make me go buy that person's album.
Wow.
Like Jay Hoggard, I used to love him because he played that xylophone.
Okay.
But I heard him on someone else's album before I knew who he was. And I was like, who's that on that xylophone like that?
Wow.
Roy Ayers? Oh my
Roy
God.
Ayers.
That
Bad
Ubiquity
brother.
album?
Yeah, yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
Everything about that Ecology album
Yeah.
is deep.
Yeah.
And if you listen to it right now, you will
Tells
see
what's
what's going on in the world
Yeah.
today.
Yep. Hey, that's crazy.
But yeah,
Evolution, it's the same thing. What's going on? Same thing.
same thing.
That's why it resonates. Like when you hear it to this day, you can kind of somebody. Let's say our sons. My son might be like, I kind of like that because it's saying what's going on to this day. That's why you like it.
Yeah, and if you think about it, you say, "Mama, mama, so many of you crying, brother, brother, so many of us dying.
Yeah.
We killing each other."
Yeah.
And if you listen to that record, they get on us about our hair because we wear our hair long. Even kids today, now everybody's going to dreads.
Yeah.
The teachers and stuff, they don't want them dreads in
want you
their
doing
school.
that. Yeah.
Everything about that kind of music still resonates today.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Now,
Still
this
does.
new music, I don't think it's going to have that lifespan.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I can't even understand what they're talking about. Let's know what they say.
Right.
Right.
Right. The music is not the same no more.
Not at all.
And it was back then. It was meaningful.
Yes, the R&B as well as the hip hop. You know, it used to be fun and enjoyable because you knew what they was talking about. You could relate to it.
Right.
I can't relate to popping no pills, Percocets, and all that.
Right.
And shoot them down. I get shot. Don't shoot.
Right.
Right. Right.
We making records say don't shoot. They shooting.
Right.
They love it. They
Oh
love
my
it.
goodness.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. How's the love that you have? Like you kind of was talking about that, but the love that you have for music back in the day, how does it correlate to you for the music of the day, or do you still have that same type of love for the music that's going on today versus back then?
No, it's a few artists that I still like, but it's not nowhere near what it used to be. I just don't feel that anymore.
Right.
You know, I like Chris Brown.
Yeah.
You know, I like J. Cole,
Right.
Kendrick Lamar. You know, it's certain people I like,
Right.
but some of this I cannot relate to.
Yeah.
You know, the Skylar Black, I like that. You know, and she's from here, right?
Skylar Black. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I really like her music.
Yeah.
Sexy Red, I ain't in no Sexy Red.
You said you ain't messing with the sex.
That
You ain't
ain't
got.
me.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the kids love it, so that's
Right.
who buying the music. I ain't.
I grew up with Skylar Black's parents and her uncles and all them. They used to live like right next door to me, but yeah, they're good people. We lost two of our uncles.
Oh
Two of our
wow.
uncles passed away in the last couple of years. But yeah, she's doing. I hope she go far, because I hate when Cincinnati artists come out and they just like go quick and they don't last long. I want to see a 10-year, 20-year expansion. I want to see you keep going.
Yeah, like Midnight Star.
Yes,
and
like,
people like that.
keep going. Don't.
The Isley Brothers.
Yes.
Heck, they still going, you know. And most of them gone. I think Ron the only one left, ain't he?
Ron?
Of the Isley
Is
Brothers.
it?
Yeah.
I thought it might have been like 2 of them left.
It was,
But I could be
his
wrong.
other brother just passed
Oh,
away
he just
not
passed
too long
away?
ago. Yeah. Ernie?
Oh, he passed?
I think that's who it was, Ernie.
Man,
Just passed.
that's
But
messed up.
you know, like you said though, the young, you want to see somebody young
Yes.
and doing their thing. You want to see them go very
Yeah.
far, and that's important nowadays.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
especially for our community.
Yes.
And put them guns down so you can do something.
Put them guns down and don't get caught. I think it saddens me because like I see a lot of this happen in the boxing community where, you know, they doing their thing, somebody from Cincinnati doing their thing, and then they get caught up in the streets.
Yeah.
Like they was doing their thing. It should be somebody from the streets that like hitting them across the head. Hey, don't come over here. Go back over there, dude. Do your thing, and make an example so they can follow you, man, and do something positive. Like don't get caught up in the streets. Do your thing. Keep boxing. Do your thing. And that's the same way with this music thing. I'm glad. Hopefully she's gone and staying out of town wherever she's at and can keep going. Now she hit a big lick with that Chris Brown being on that.
Oh yeah.
On that featured on her first single.
Yes.
So hopefully she can like continue to blossom and continue to go. And I don't want to see you come back. I want you to keep going. Ain't nothing. I mean, it's something here, but you know you can love from a distance.
Exactly. I want to see somebody prove that you can do this if you put your mind to it and stop having all these excuses. The biggest problem we used to have when we was promoting artists from the city is excuses of why they can't go somewhere. Oh, my girl, this and that. And it was always something.
Right.
And with Skylar doing the things that she's doing, hopefully she can do it bigger and show if you put your mind to it and you really want it, you can get it. It don't matter if you're from Cincinnati.
Yes.
Because you can make it.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Yeah, I've listened to her song with Chris Brown or whatever. She got a different style. So
Yes.
She got a totally different style from what these other young, people, not just Cincinnati, other people, It's something about her style that I was like, wow, she got something different. It's very different. Hers is so different. So I could see her going far just because she just got this different style about her.
Yes, I really like her.
Yeah.
And when you ask me of the music today, those are the type of people that I like because they're doing something for real.
Yeah.
It's not a bunch of perks.
Yes. And like we was talking earlier, it's like, I think, let me see how can I do this without getting into that subject first. But I think the gateway is opening for artists that are just like, like independent artists. It's a lot of room for them now because like a lot of things are happening, it's shifting. So, it's not as much control over your artistry as it was back in even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago. It's not that much control over it. So now it's a crack in the universe where it's opening for you to be able to do your thing. And if you smart enough, you will stay on your path to completion.
Exactly.
How you feel about that?
I think that's good because I think what happened, like we were talking about 8 Ball and coming out hard and that music there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what used to happen. When they were independent, everybody loved them. Once they got with these major labels and they commercialized them, stuff started falling off.
Yeah.
So today, now you can be yourself.
Yes.
You don't have to be commercialized. And that's why this new music, the mumble jumble, back in the day, that wouldn't have made it.
Nah.
But this is what these kids like.
Yeah.
And it's easy because you are independent enough. You got your stuff on all the platforms, including YouTube. They're watching everything you do, these kids are.
Yeah.
and they know your songs word for word. But if they were going commercialized and going with these labels and getting these so-called deals,
Yes.
they would commercialize them and probably having them speak more fluently that they lose their audience.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in order to make music, make money nowadays, you got to stay in your lane, do your thing,
Right.
and stay independent. You can make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to have that commercialized music.
Right.
You can make money doing what you do. I've seen it. You see it every day. I mean, even you
They
watch.
make some crazy songs.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like, did she just say that?
Yeah, they being they self. They being they self these
They
days.
do everything, but it making her some money. She probably sits back and laugh at herself. Like, I just put out this album.
Yeah.
Everything bad.
Oh, I
They
love
come
Cardi
to
B. Cause Cardi B, her music keep it real.
I love her story.
her.
I love her whole story. I love like
Yes.
the way that she was on a reality show, but she didn't stay with the reality show type thing. Like, you know, some people get caught up in the. I used to say this about American Idol. They just like I can't think of the heavyset dude name. I can't think his name.
Ruben.
With the Ruben was the Ruben Stutter.
Yeah.
He kept singing about American Idol. It was like you had to get off of that. Go to something else. Like what's her name? Fantasia. She's doing her thing. She's singing about different stuff now. She ain't stuck on American Idol. Like I made it. You singing about something totally different. So that's good. And that's what I'm saying about like what's her name? Cardi B. She did her thing on Love and Hip Hop, and then once she did that one single, it was over. She just went and did her thing. Now she just keep on continuously being herself.
Being herself.
And
And being a good mother because she
yes.
don't.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
she said, she don't let her kids listen to her music. She said that music wasn't made for kids; it's for adults. So if your kids listening to my music, that's on you.
Right.
And they think she a joke, but she's really actually smart.
Oh, she's very
Oh
young.
yeah,
She's intelligent.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
very
She's
intelligent.
30 yet, is she?
What?
Huh?
Is Cardi 30 yet?
Oh, I don't know how old
She's
she
very
is.
young.
Yeah. Yeah, she's smart.
I don't
man.
know how old she is, but I do know that Cardi is different as far as the female rapper goes.
Right.
And she's different, and she's still relates to to her audience.
Yes.
And
100.
the one thing she's got going is the young and the older like her.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
and I think that's great
Yeah.
to be able to expand your genre like that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna dive into another subject that's kind of like it's touchy, but it's life. It's just about life. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. Give us a second. Yes. What's up? We are back from the commercial break. And, you know, we wanted to, we left off the thing with Cardi B and talking about her, but we're going to segue into something different, a little like a reality check. And it kind of opens the door for Pandora's box. It kind of opens the door for a lot that was up to come down. And it kind of opens the door for these youngins, like to have more leeway and to have more leadership into being a boss. So I wanted to ask you, what, you know, as a person, you know, in your experience as, you know, dealing with artists and everything like that, what is your perspective on the Puffy situation? How you feel about that whole situation?
Oh, okay. Don't try to get me in trouble.
I mean, just like not even like with just Puffy, but just like that particular subject of what's going on.
Personally, I was talking to a friend of mine about this not too long ago. And personally, I think we give young people too much money too early. And when they get this money, they start wilding out.
Right.
Well, everybody want to be with you. If you're an NBA star, all the girls love you. You could be the ugliest thing walking and get the prettiest woman. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So now Puffy got this money, and I'm just saying his name, but people coming at him from everywhere.
Yeah.
I can't say what this man did or didn't do, but I know from being in the music business, and I've seen it myself, when they go to their hotel room, it's a line of women outside.
Right.
Trying to get in their room to see them. Trying to get in there.
Right.
There's a bodyguard out there, everything. So, as a young boy, a young man, I should say, now you got millions of dollars. Everybody want to be with you. I don't know how many men gonna turn down a whole bunch at the door.
You know what I'm saying?
When that coochie come knocking.
Right.
Do you know the dollar's gonna rain?
Yes.
So, whether he did it or not, I think what happened is what happens, not just with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happens in all sports, entertainment, everything, I think we give young people too much money, too fast, and there's no guidance
Right.
or accountability for it.
Right.
So they make mistakes, and if they made these mistakes years ago, where was the accountability? People knew this was going on.
There's a lot of yes men around and brush it up. If you up there, you're like, I don't want to lose my position.
And if you got enough money, it's called hush money.
Yeah.
For years, we've been calling money hush money.
Right.
So, just my opinion, you get a young man that much money and coochie coming at him from all which ways.
Right.
How many people will Chamberlain say he was with?
Woo.
Yeah.
He said, what did he say? 100?
Thousands of women.
Wow.
I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe him.
Okay.
I really believe him. Yeah.
So you think that was all just how do they say when you're doing regular sex?
Right. Oh yeah.
It wasn't just regular sex.
Right.
It was swinging from chandeliers and all kind of stuff going on.
Right.
So do I believe? I believe something went on.
Yeah.
I can't say what went on.
Right.
But I do know that the mentality of people basically is, if you got enough money, you got enough hush money.
Yeah.
So all of this coming out now, they said, well, why them girls wait till this long? They got the hush money. When you get the hush money, you also get an NDA.
Yeah.
Non-disclosure.
Yeah.
They couldn't say nothing. Well, the money done ran out now. They ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They get ready to start talking.
Yeah.
If that's what it was.
Unfortunately. Yep.
And they ain't gonna be satisfied till that boy broke or dead. I hate to say it.
Yeah, they're gonna take him through the ring. I definitely think they're gonna take him through the ringer when it comes to like that money.
Oh yeah.
Before you get out of here free, buddy, you about to give up some millions and billions of dollars to get free.
Look at R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And I still like R. Kelly music. I don't care.
Right.
Puffy music ain't all that to me.
Mm-hmm.
But R. Kelly, I still like some. Now when I listen to it, I laugh like, damn, he had us in a trick bag. Beep, beep, who got
Your body's
the Jeep?
calling for you.
Yeah. We didn't know he's talking about babies. You know what I'm saying?
You can't, it's that music, boy, you can't stop it. It's like, I still love the music, but man. like we were saying though, earlier we was talking about, it's a lot of big folks up there that's gonna be coming down. Like,
Oh
boom.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a whole lot more that's with Puffy.
Yeah.
Cause I don't think, me personally, I don't think he's gonna be a silent partner. I think he's about to speak.
Like,
Right.
You know what I
there's
mean?
a whole lot of people going down with me if I'm going down.
Exactly. So he getting ready to deal out some money,
Mm.
and he getting ready to start talking.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Right.
You know?
Because he ain't do it alone, I don't think.
Oh,
Whatever
nah.
he did, I don't think he did it alone.
Heck
You
no.
know, birds of a feather flock together.
That's right.
So I truly think, you know,
Yeah.
some other people it's gonna go down. And it's just like, you know, you put out in the universe. So I don't know, like nobody know what really went on and what happened, but I'm a strong believer in what you put out in the universe is coming back. People call it karma, but I just say if you truly, for this to happen to him, this is just my own belief, and this with anybody. For this to come back after all these years and it can't happen, this is happening to him, he did something.
That's
and
what I
now
said.
he put that bad energy in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So now that bad energy coming back to bite him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he may not did all of this, because sometimes I be like, now they just reaching now. They just want some money. They just reaching.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff, I just feel like they just reaching. But I do believe some of the, he did something.
Right.
But actually, but probably not everything that they coming out with,
Oh yeah, it's
not that, all of that. But he did something, so now it's like, you attract. That's the law of attraction.
Mm.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
right.
It's just coming back. It's just coming back. It probably happened 20 years ago or whatever. That is really true in any situation. I believe in the law of attraction. You put out positive come back to you.
There you
If
go.
you put out negative come back. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's way around to find you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I just believe in. If he didn't do all that stuff, he did something that it's just his time now.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming back to get him. Because sometimes I feel like if he had, and this with anybody, if you did wrong, at some point in your life, you had to repent.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
At some point, you had to repent. So I just feel like, I don't know, but because if you repent, God gonna intervene.
Mm-hmm.
And God gonna forgive you. And God gonna close that chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, I feel like that's how I just feel. It ain't probably not true, but it's just the way I feel.
Well, it is.
I feel like he didn't repent if he would have repent on the things that he did and really meaningful from his heart
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and not just his tongue, saying,
Yeah.
God, please forgive me. Like your heart feel it and your heart saying this to God. He probably wouldn't go through what he going through. And that's anybody in life on any situation. If you wrong somebody or if you did wrong, you can go to God and you can ask God to forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to tell nobody else. You can just tell your Lord and Savior what you did. All this, like, go to a priest and a pastor. You don't have to go to them people.
That's
you
right.
go straight to God. And you and God, and you tell God what you have done.
And really mean
And
it.
mean it. You gotta mean it. You gotta mean it from your heart and your spirit.
And
'cause
don't
God
do it
reads your
again.
heart. Exactly. And
Right.
right there,
Yeah.
God would have closed that. Closed that. So that's what I strongly believe. Like he did a lot of things. If he would have had a remorseful and repent, it wouldn't came back to that came back. So
And I
that's
believe
just-
in that too.
I truly
I honestly
yes,
do.
that's how I believe in life.
But see, when you keep wallowing in the dirt,
Right. That's
wallowing in the dirt, all you're doing is making a bigger dirt pile. A bigger
Yes.
dirt pile.
Yeah.
So you can't ask for forgiveness, repent, and then go back to doing it
exactly.
again.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
It don't
No.
work like that. So that's why I say, now the dirt pile bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why I say all them people in that dirt pile with you, it's all gonna come out. It is. It's just a matter of time. And these things been going on forever,
Right.
for years. And it's not just in the music business, it's
Yeah.
entertainment period.
Yep.
You're starting to hear things in the movie business.
Right.
And if you ever watched that show about how they did these kids on,
The Facts of Life and all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
how they did all these kids
Them
on
child
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, the child something, I forget, but it's on different networks. It's not on Netflix. It's on different networks.
Yeah,
and I sat there and watched all of that. I was on vacation, and I sat and watched that whole series, and I was like, this is crazy. Those children went through a lot of stuff.
Right.
A lot of stuff. And their minds was messed up.
Right.
Because where were your parents? I have a nephew now. He will not let his daughter go on tour or nothing without him. She can sing.
Right, okay.
But he's there.
Right. Gotta
and
be.
That's how parents should be.
Yeah.
It's no way that you're going to let your children go nowhere with anybody in the music industry and you don't have no say so.
For months.
And live with them. Usher lived with him.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, yeah.
Yeah.
Where was their parents?
They was at home eating up the money.
They threw that money to him
like here, we got them.
That's sad, ain't
Yes,
it?
they was eating up the money. Yes.
And you think about your babies. I don't have any kids, but I got a lot of nieces and nephews that I feel are my children.
Right.
And I watch over them. I see, hey, we don't sit on people's laps.
Right.
Hey, come here. Pull your swimming suit down a little bit. And Judy, no, go put on a t-shirt because you'll be showing all this. You 12 years old, you 13 years old. And this is the problem. We don't have that guidance anymore. We don't have it. As you were saying earlier, if it was somebody there to guide them in the right direction and to do this and that, back when we had like Martin Luther King and I say Malcolm X because of who they were back then.
Yeah.
They talked to us via the TV. We don't have people out here like that no more.
Oh, that's gone.
It's past.
It's gone. It's this new era now, and it is. I mean, I'm guilty of too. Always on the internet. The internet is the world now.
Yeah.
The internet is the world now, because I know a lot of people be like, oh, I don't do social media, I don't do this. Come on, how come you can't? You have to. That's the world now. You do some type of social media, some type of internet. It's the world now.
I wish I was one of those persons that didn't do that. You know? But then you be living in a whole different world.
World now, because it's the world now. Like,
you be lost.
You'll be lost.
Honestly, you will.
be
Because
lost.
people truly be like, I don't do this, I don't do that. Yes, you do. You
Well,
got to.
Then you kind of lost.
You lost. I got friends that don't know how to Google, they don't know how to
Yeah.
what? How you find it? I'm like, what?
Really?
No email address? Like, what in the world is you doing?
Wow.
To this day. And I got a sister. My oldest sister is 91 years old.
Wow.
And she know how to work that Facebook.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
let me tell you, and you is so correct, because that's what I do. I'm a nurse in long-term care facility, so I'm around the elderly.
Okay.
Oh, they got their iPads, they be on Facebook.
Yeah.
They be like posting their pictures and stuff. They be like, yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
what they do, yeah. They be like, oh, I want to see my grandbabies, go to the page. And
Right.
they know how to do all that.
They know how to
do all that.
My sister's granddaughter taught her how to work this phone. First of all, she bought her an iPhone. Taught her how to work it. My sister is 91 years old. Shout out to Faye.
All right.
Because
all right, Faye.
when
All
I
right.
tell
All right.
you she can work that thing, she work it.
Right.
And I think it's fascinating because she tells me all the time, Judy, I think when that COVID happened, the whole world passed me by. She said, "It's something wrong with these people." And she said, "I think everybody went cuckoo."
Right.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
Oh, it messed with some brain cells.
Yes.
That COVID came and attacked a lot of brain cells.
That's what I think happened.
It truly did, because the world is not the same. People is not the same. People don't even talk the same. They don't even act the same. That COVID really
It did something to
something
them.
to
A
the
lot more negativity going on for some reason.
And mental illness.
Yeah.
People are so mad, frustrated, evil, and hate.
Yeah.
I don't believe in hate. And I'm one of them people that if I see you and I know you, I love you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I believe that in my heart, there is good in everybody.
Right.
I honestly believe that. The problem is what's happening when you go home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If these parents would go check their kids' room, I hate to say it like they was in prison, flip their room, check it.
Yeah.
Them kids wouldn't have access to these guns.
Right.
You
You
understand
gotta
what I'm
check up
saying?
on. You gotta check
You gotta
in
check
on.
and see what's going on. Talk to your child. Are you being bullied in school?
Yeah.
Come here. Let's sit down and have a meal and let's talk.
Yeah.
You could talk to me about anything. I let my nieces and nephews, kids know. My great nieces and nephews, you could talk to Aunt Judy about anything.
Right.
I don't care what it is.
Right.
I will determine whether I should talk to your mom and dad. But you could talk to me about anything. And I ask them, are you being bullied in school? I ask them if they like girls or boys.
Yeah.
Because now they tell you I'm bi.
Right.
You don't even know what bi is now. You just stop talking. Stop talking like that.
Right.
Just gravitate
it's
to it.
just like a little trend. Things
Yeah,
is
it's a
trendy.
trend.
So most kids nowadays, if it's trending, they with it. That's
Exactly.
all it is.
That's all it
It is. It's just trendy.
Yeah.
If being bi and all this is trendy, they going for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, like now it's trendy for you cool if you smoke weed. When it was used to, everybody had to hide if you smoke weed. They just
Now Snoop Dogg is the most famous person in the world.
Man.
Do you not see him on the
news
weather?
weather.
I said, tell me they ain't gonna
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
up
weather.
there talking, so it's gonna be blazing. And like I said, ooh, I said that the world has
You know what I
changed.
say?
I said the world has changed.
What?
He up there,
Yes.
yes. He was like, somewhere was gonna be real high. He said it's gonna be blazing.
In Blunt, Tennessee. In
Yeah.
Blunt, Tennessee.
I was like, I'm
and-
done. I
Yeah.
said,
Wow.
I'm done.
I said, I'm getting ready to go and see if those places exist for real.
That boy's
I was
making
going to
money.
Google
Yeah.
and see if these cities
Right.
were really named this.
Yeah.
Something down in Mississippi, blazing something in Mississippi. All
Right.
the different cities he had pertain to
I think he
marijuana.
Right,
was
right,
just
right.
making it up, but he was really on there like saying these things. I said they
With,
really
Al Roker.
Oh,
I said
man.
they really got
Wow.
up here doing the weather.
He doing his thing. He is definitely
I
keeping
was
some
like,
money in his pocket.
OMG.
Yeah.
He is
I was-
definitely trending.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
trending. He's doing his thing. He
And
doing
you
his
know what? What we was talking about, how music was back in the day.
Yeah.
Snoop and them started that in the 80s.
Yes.
He didn't really get to this point. Everybody condemned the
Yeah.
marijuana
Yeah.
until him and Martha Stewart got together. I think he
Man.
got hurt with the edible stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
They start cooking.
Yeah.
What y'all cooking in that kitchen?
And they used to be
But
cooking some
Snoop
things.
is really trending now, and I love it.
I love Snoop, man.
Yes,
he's
I
a real
love
he's still his own self, but he's positive, man. He's a positive influence.
You ain't gonna see none of these young people do that later.
What? What?
What?
You laughing at? What you got in your cup, baby? What you got in your
We
cup?
was at the gas station yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, we was at the gas station. So he come out the gas station. I'm sitting in the car. So it's at the pumps. And then there's this lady in her truck next to us. And she was like, excuse me, ma'am. I don't know if that's your man or not. She was like, but I'm not trying to, get on with him or whatever. She was like, I thought that he was Snoop Dogg.
She did.
I was
She did.
crying.
We did the breast cancer walk yesterday. And I had like
She
this
thought
tie.
it was Snoop.
I had a skull, not a skull cap, but
She was so serious.
I had on with a tie hanging down and some sunglasses. She must have thought I was like, she really thought I
he was
was
Snoop
Snoop.
Dogg. Boy, I was hot.
That was funny. I was like, what? I wish I was. I wish I had that money.
She was like,
Boy.
he handsome. something. I'm not trying to get on with him. I'm handicapped.
Right.
She was like,
Right.
she was like, but I thought, at first I thought he was Snoop Dogg, boy.
You just said, what you smoking on?
Oh,
Right.
I was weak. I was so weak. I couldn't believe she thought
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
Snoop Dogg yesterday.
That was crazy.
That was funny.
That was crazy. So let's get back on the subject of your business at hand. So let me ask you this question. Judy. What have you noticed that's different from the past, and besides that type of rapping?
The mumble rap.
The mumble rap. What have you noticed from those artists in the past, like where we came up, the 80, 85 and 90s versus now? What have you noticed? The changes that you noticed?
Well, back in the day, I can honestly say, especially them Southern rappers, they were grinders.
Right.
Which means they would get in the car, have all their music, posters, flyers, and they actually got out here and worked their music.
Right.
Now, and I'm not just talking because of digital,
Mm-hmm.
these people don't think they got to go nowhere.
Mm.
They just stay in their living room. Everybody don't know who you are.
No.
You got to get out here and go where the people at.
Yeah.
Just say, for instance, at a Chris Brown concert at Riverbend, okay? Just say, for instance, if you were standing out there with your posters and handing out digital cards,
Right.
which is a download card, and you gave that to everybody going into the Chris Brown concert. So you spent $500. You gave out 500 of those cards. If 250 people scanned that, which would be your download,
Right.
now you're getting streams. When they scan that, your video starts streaming. Your song starts streaming. These people don't think. Back in the day, those artists would think like that.
Yeah.
How we can make some money.
Right.
How we can do this and how we can do that. And that's why people like Snoop, they're still relevant.
Exactly.
That's why they're still relevant.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I have not seen an artist in the 2020s,
Right.
in 24 years, I've not seen an artist work nowhere near like the 90s artists did.
Oh, right.
They don't work. They sit at home and plaster their stuff on Instagram, Threads, X.
I hope my son watching
YouTube.
this, my youngest son watching this, because he's one of those people.
You see what I'm saying?
Plaster their stuff and I'm saying, Tico, Coke, let's do this. That's lame. I'm like, okay.
It might be
All right.
lame to you,
Right.
but if you want to get to the people, see, they only getting to their audience
Right.
on those sites. That's all they getting to.
Yeah.
But if you got to them little white girls and they start
Was
streaming
the
your
ones
stuff,
they really want to stream it and buy it?
them little white girls, they gonna buy that music. When they scan that little card that you spent $500 and bought 500 digital downloads yourself,
Right.
now you handing that digital card to all them little white teenagers. They scan it with their phone.
So you got 500 that's stocked in the car, right? And then when you pass it out, they kind of like count the stream and everything.
When they scan it.
Right.
You spent $500.
Right.
You handing them out.
Right.
That's your promotion.
Yeah.
They scan it. When they scan it, that's 500 scans.
Wow.
If 500 streams, I'm sorry.
Right.
You should do more because now you spent 500 at Chris Brown concert. Now,
Yeah.
where else them little white girls gonna go see? Oh, they going to see Taylor Swift.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy 1,000.
Right.
Because now I got these streams. I got me a little check in. I'm going to flip that check and go buy some more and hand them out. And it ain't coming from just my phone.
Yes.
It's coming from all them little Taylor Swift fans.
Yes. Yep.
They can relate to these mumble rappers.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're talking about something and you branding yourself, they see all of that. Oh, he cute. Girl, look, did you see this? When they get to school tomorrow, they can't have their phone, but they still got that digital code, right? Girl, go on here. If you go on here on my phone or whatever,
Right.
and you scan it off of there, now there's another one. Word of mouth gonna spread, not to the 50 people that you got that's your fame,
Right.
but to a whole new world.
Yeah.
Them little white girls, they are what's trending in the music business now. They're what's making things trend.
Right.
They are your meta. They are your data.
Yeah.
Because if they like it on the TikToks and all this and that, if they like it, they gonna spread it.
Yeah.
And when they spread it, it ain't gonna just be right here.
Mm-hmm.
Go to them colleges. If you promote at their college, they don't even live here. So they're gonna go back home to, say, Maryland, and then Maryland gonna go over to Boston, and this one gonna go here, and it spreads.
Yeah. See, I think they haven't been taught somewhere along the line with this digital. It's kind of like pros and cons, good and bad, but it's like they don't know what it means and what it takes to really get out there.
A lot of people scared to go out
They
there.
scared.
They want to be rappers, but they see the rappers getting killed.
Right.
So if that's what you want to be, that's what you're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
Unless you change the way that you're rapping and what you're rapping about.
Right.
Don't boast about being a gangster if you ain't a gangster.
Yeah.
Because they gonna try you.
They gonna try you. They gonna try you.
Out of jealousy and that, whatever.
Yeah.
Our people have a tendency to want our people not to succeed. Why would you kill a rapper, an artist?
Right.
You don't even know that person.
That's sad.
It is.
First thing they want to do.
That's stupid to me.
Yeah, it is. I hate when I hear that. I hate when I hear like Nipsey, and I hate when I hear
Yeah, Big Von.
Big Von and all those, man. I just hate when I hear that they doing their thing, and then next thing you know they dead.
Right.
And then Rich Homie Quan. It was
Right.
no reason for that boy to be dead.
Yeah.
It's them pills and all.
Yeah.
What is these kids doing?
Man,
It don't
they,
make sense.
They think it's the way to be popular or something. Like they think like doing something like that, like first it was the scissor, that
Yeah.
thing. Then that kind of, I guess it's kind of like
They
faded,
started
died
having
down.
seizures
Right.
and dying of heart attacks messing with that scissor.
Because didn't Wayne have a little seizure or something?
Yeah, he had a couple of them seizures.
Yeah.
And then Big Pokey, several of them Houston rappers.
Right.
DJ Screw, that's what I was thinking
DJ
about.
Screw and what's his name? What's the one? Not MJG and A-Ball. I don't think I'm talking about that.
No. It's another one.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about, but they from Houston.
Yeah.
And they got caught up on that lean,
Yeah.
scissor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they kept drinking and drinking. Well, you can't drink codeine. Codeine make me dizzy anyway. I don't see why they even like that stuff.
Right.
And
like-
they was drinking pure promethazine, pure
Yeah.
codeine, mixing it with Sprite and stuff.
Yeah.
And all these young people was doing it. That trend is finally going out.
Right.
As you talked about trends, you're right. It's finally going out.
Yeah.
So I wish it's some way, I always say, I wish it was some way that we could start a positive trend. How do you start a positive trend that these kids gonna pay attention
To
to?
gravitate to, because it's not, because I know there is some out there, but these kids these days don't gravitate towards it.
Right.
It's more easier to gravitate towards the negative, because when you win that, it's more popular. So everybody gonna go to the popular, to what's trending and what's popular. If it's negative, and if that's outruin everything, that's what they're gonna go to. But that's I always kind of like going reference and stuff as far as to the Bible, as far as like, God said that the narrow path. Many is not going to go on the narrow path. They're going to go on the wider path. And that's what people are going to go. They're going to go on this path instead of the narrow path. And then the narrow path is the righteousness path. And then the broader path is the destruction path.
Right.
So more people is going to go on that path because everybody is over here, and you feel like because they
I
over
do
here.
believe in it.
That's what you're supposed to be doing because everybody's there. Ain't nobody over here. So why is we going to do this? Ain't nobody over there.
Right, and that's like he said, the son say, that's lame.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you talk to them about doing right, that's what they tell you. That's lame.
It's like,
That's
ain't
what
nobody
it is.
doing that.
I'd rather be lame and alive
Yeah,
than trending and dead.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's, I always, with my nieces and nephews, I send them positive messages all the time. And I could say 95% of them are on that narrow path. They already know where they're going.
Right.
But that's because in our family, we strongly push for you to do the right thing
And to be yourself.
and be yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to impress nobody.
Right.
Impress God. That's why I tell them all the time, impress God. The only people you got to impress is yourself in that mirror and the Lord upstairs.
Right.
I talk to them like that all the time. Two of them, I called them the other day, and I was making like I was crying. And they 16 years old.
Right.
I said, y'all didn't even call me and say happy birthday. How could you possibly do that to me of all people?
Right.
I'll show you the text where one said, oh, Aunt Judy, I came from football game. When I came in the football game, I just took a shower and went to bed. I forgot.
Right.
Please forgive me.
Right.
He's 16 years old. The other one laughed and said, you're not crying for real. You're not crying for real.
Right.
But you know, when I went over his house today, he kissed me and said, happy belated birthday in my ear. I said, why are you whispering? Everybody around here said happy birthday to me. What you embarrassed
Put
to
him
say
on the
happy
spot.
birthday?
Right. Yeah. That's what it was.
But they good kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you get to them the way you have to get to them.
Yeah. Now I think a part of the solution. I keep going back to this, and it's kind of like it's a bad thing, but it's a good thing that what happened with with your boy, and I see opportunity in the room. This is the time, like for you, with the narrow path and the broader path. I think the narrow path is about to widen up because I think with that happening, a lot of people are gonna be able to create their thing and see hope without somebody putting so many stipulations and holds on them and making them feel a certain way like they ain't good enough when they could just really be themselves. So I think with that, there's room for it now. I think that's the creation right there, right? That's the opportunity that we need to create the thing as far as like being positive, like doing that positive influence instead of this negative thing that everybody gravitating towards. So it's room to create that positive image that everybody wants to say, okay, that's kind of dope. I want to do that too. And then you got 2 people. And then next thing you got 4 people doing like he was saying with the monkey thing.
Right.
So hopefully, with this, with the bad situation thing going on, a lot of good can come from it. So hopefully we'll be seeing that soon. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break and be right back. And we're gonna talk about something, get us some crazy stuff. We'll talk about it. We'll be right back. Yes. We're back. And we're going crazy over here. We're going bananas. We're going crazy. But I want to ask something that pertains to craziness. What's one of the craziest or some of the craziest experiences you've witnessed in your time of doing what you're doing? What's some of the craziest things that you witnessed?
Oh God, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff.
Right.
Wow.
But in your like distribution field, like anything crazy that you're saying, like with dealing with some of the artists, some of the record labels, what's some of the craziest things you're saying?
Wow. Now I have to go dig in the crates for real.
That many craziness. Crazy
Yeah.
activities.
Well, I mean, you see a lot of stuff on the road, and you just amazed at some of the things that especially young people say. Now, I remember we used to get tour buses and go on tour with these artists, and I was on the road with Taka.
Okay.
And
Taka,
we went from Cincinnati out to Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And in Palm Springs, it was like 120 degrees. Wow. So when we left Palm Springs and came back, we came through Colorado. So a lot of people went to sleep. And when they woke up, we were up in the mountains. And I remember one little guy said, what the hell y'all got us in the Twilight Zone or something? He said, I went to sleep, it was hot as hell. Now I see snow outside. What the hell going on?
He thought he was in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Right.
So just talking to him, you know, on the bus and everything, I started talking to these kids and asking them different places they been. And you know, the majority of them had never been out of Cincinnati, not even to Covington, Kentucky.
Wow.
And they lived in downtown Cincinnati.
Mm.
And some of the things that they would tell me, I was just amazed because of the simple fact. These kids was 16, 17 years old.
Right.
And their parents let them go on a tour bus with us all the way out to California. I never met no parents.
Now that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How all these kids on this bus,
That is crazy.
and their parents don't even know where they at, and they never ever been out of town nowhere.
It probably was because just growing up in the downtown area. Me, I think probably you probably never met the parents or whatever, because I mean it probably was the parents struggling already, and then if this was an opportunity, like okay, if they making some music or whatever, so they probably like feeling like so trustworthy with it, like this may be our out.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that could have been.
Yeah, this may be our out, so it's like go ahead, this, because back then, our parents would send us to Camp Joy Weed,
That's what Camp
Camp
Joy
Swanee.
Weed.
yeah, all that type
Swanee.
stuff, and they didn't know these people, but they would send us, just to get some type of experience, other than that. So in that, I mean, if it's in my era, if they was my age in that era, whatever, I could see like if I was had something going on, and my mom probably would have been like, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that was that era. I don't think they would have put two, So they probably would have done like, this is gonna be our out. This is about to go out and make us some money,
Well,
so.
you know what? That makes more sense than what I was thinking. Like, where's these parents? I mean, seriously,
Right.
You don't let your child just get on a tour bus with a bunch of people.
Right.
But
right,
mostly all of them were from downtown. They all knew each other, and they were all friends.
That made
So
the difference. Yeah, that made
probably made the parent feel more comfortable.
And they probably thinking this about to be our out. Like struggling downtown. We live downtown. We go where?
Do the down away.
Yeah,
we went everywhere to do the down away.
Yeah.
And when
go
I
for
tell
it.
you they did it, see, Taka,
that song was pretty big too.
yes, and they really grind. It was Garnett Entertainment.
Oh,
was
Garnett.
the
Okay,
label.
Garnett Entertainment. Yeah.
So they really grind back then.
Right.
And I want to say ground, but you know what I'm trying
It
to
was
say.
grounded and grinded.
Grinding. Yeah.
Right.
So
What's we call it with them too? Sean Singleton. Was they?
Sean, that was
yeah.
who? OTR.
Yeah, OTR.
Yeah, I remember Sean and them.
Okay. He went on that. He went.
Oh
on
no, they weren't
okay.
on that tour.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, we did stuff with them too. OTR Click.
Yeah.
I loved them back in the day.
That's another. I thought
They
was
did
on.
their thing.
Because they was hooked up with what's we called the Ghetto Boys and them, right?
Yeah.
I thought they was about to.
Jay Prince.
Yeah, Jay Prince.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they was doing their thing.
Yeah, they was doing their thing, man.
Garnett Entertainment, was with Jay Prince doing some things too.
Man, that just
Al Gornett.
I thought they was about to be really, really doing some, cause they was doing it, man. They was doing it.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
they was about to blow, but I don't know what happened, but you know, things happen, man. So,
And
but
when I was working at Arc Distributing,
yeah,
Players for Life, OTR Click, Taka was a little later,
right,
but back then, those guys, they traveled like those Houston guys did.
right.
You know what I mean? They went out and promoted their music.
Yep.
And if you could just get young people to see, you still need to do that. But now, here's your audience, these little white girls. You ain't got to mess with them. Just hand them your card.
Now,
Take a picture with 'em.
Are you working with any artists right now? Like artists, like you trying to like groom them and trying
Said she
to.
retired.
You
No,
like no, I don't want
no,
to take that
no.
headache on. No way.
I ain't fooling with nobody who could tell me I got an excuse. I can't go do this. I can't go do that because
Right.
my babies need my baby mama don't want me to go. Your baby mama don't want you to go.
You in the wrong field of entertainment.
Right.
You only need to be doing this.
She ain't even your wife.
Yeah.
Right.
You
It's
need
crazy.
to do work your stuff.
Yeah. We've been through that before. We've been through that with somebody, I gotta
Oh,
go
yeah,
back
'cause you
home
were
because
in
of
the
this
group.
and that. You like, all right, man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You about to miss out. It's crazy. It can get crazy. It can get real crazy. So I wanna let me ask you this. How difficult is it to become a distributor? How difficult is it?
Nowadays, anybody can be a distributor.
What is it? Tell the audience what does it all entail to be a distributor?
Nowadays, all you have to do is basically everybody can get your music on all the different sites.
Mm-hmm.
You can go through TuneCore, you can go through this place, that place, but all you have to do now is get your music uploaded.
Right.
It's a place called UnitedMasters.com. And once you upload your music to them, they can help you with getting placements. And once you start to getting placements, that helps you build your audience. Those people actually kind of tell you what to do and how to do it. And if you follow that blueprint, you can actually, do something.
And it's a little fee attached to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you said, a small fee.
A small fee, like
Yeah.
maybe to me small, it might be something, but $100 is less than 100.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's less than that.
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad then.
Right.
Not
But
too bad.
anybody can be a distributor now. If you got music, basically, you go through TuneCore or someplace like that, or United Masters, or different outlets to get your music uploaded.
Right.
And if you do what you got to do, them streams gonna come.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
Right.
So anybody could be a distributor now. A distributor back in the day, you had to,
A lot of footwork.
and a lot of money. Because you got product, say, somebody like Chris Brown. I need to have thousands Chris Brown CDs because I'm selling to all these stores.
Right.
And if all these stores buy these CDs, I gotta have that.
Right.
So when people would buy from us at Arc Distributing, just say this, they buy the CDs for us for $10. They sell them in the stores to the people, to the public, at $15. They're only making $5 off of every CD. So somebody like Everybody's Records, they stay in business because they keep things going on.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can go to Everybody's Records and see somebody playing in a band in there, different thing, but they got every variety of music you want.
Everything.
Everything.
Right.
It's like a
even-
library.
Yes. And they even got the things on the wall where you can digitally download music. Back in a few years ago, I went in there, and you can download the music. You're paying for it, but burn it to a CD. Right in there. But you know, they don't use CDs anymore. And you don't really need that machine anymore because we got these cell phones.
Now let me tell you something. This is crazy. Now, you know, I was telling you I had the record deal, right? And me and my wife, I don't know if you experienced this before, but me and my wife, we went in Kroger's. And this little guy, he don't even know that I bought a CD from him like 2 years ago or the year before that. So I'm trying to tell this guy, like, you know, like, doing this is not, you kind of behind doing the CD thing. Like, don't nobody really have CDs in their cars and all this and that. Don't nobody really listen to CDs no more. It's kind of becoming like the dinosaur of music. Like the records was, but you know, it was everything that goes, it come back around. But I'm trying to tell this guy that I had a record deal and oh man, you old, you talking about something back, and I'm like, I'm trying to get this guy game, trying to tell him something. He don't know who I know or nothing. I said, why? I found myself arguing with this guy.
I walked away. I went on the grocery shop.
Why am I arguing with this dude?
Why would you? I know, but they take you there.
Oh my God, he took me
They
there.
do
I'm like,
take you there.
I'm trying to tell him something.
Took the court.
I said, Mark Pitts. I said, you know, you ever heard of Mark Pitts? Mark Pitts, like, who is that? Like, I said, well, I'm telling this dude this stuff. I said, don't worry about it, guy. You good. I just walked away like, why am I was like heated for like 10 minutes walking around the Kroger's. She like, get that, but I don't want to you get it. I was like, this dude is just made me so mad.
He took you all out of your space, in your head.
Right.
I'm trying to spit some knowledge to him, trying to tell him something. He don't want to listen to me. Like you talking about the digital downloads.
Right.
I'm like, why is he not doing digital downloads? Like, what is he doing trying to sell a CD, dude?
Well, people still use CDs, whether you know it or not.
Right.
I do CD duplication.
I got a CD in my thing. Like in my car, it's a CD in my car. But I'm saying like, majority of people do not listen to CDs no more. Yeah.
But I do CD duplication. I still do CD duplication.
Right.
And I still have customers come to me. I had a customer the other day buy 300 CDs.
Wow.
And that's with the cover and the sleeve. I had a guy today ask
like
me,
CDs for their own material?
It's their material.
Right. And they wanted you to print it, right? You know.
Print it with the cover.
Yeah.
They put it in the plastic sleeve with the CD, and they still sell these things to people. If you go to a car show, most of the cars that you see there have a CD player.
I can imagine because of old schools.
Old schools.
I can imagine that.
And so, say for instance, you go to there with new music, and they're playing that music. That's another outlet for an artist. Oh, if I got a hit that's bumping, and I go to an old school car show, and I get all them people to play this song.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, you don't make no money off of it, but there's people gonna come and say.
But you create a connection.
Right, and people gonna come and say, "What's that playing? What's that you bumping?" And got your car jumping. So, but people, to answer your question, yes, I have been through that a lot.
Right.
Where I let these young people get in my head. Yes. And to tell you the truth about it, it ain't you can't get to them.
Yeah,
they gonna get to you before you get to them.
Because
you cannot explain
man. You talking about when they used to do dance steps together. I was like, man, I said, let me just shut up. This dude making me so mad.
She said she took her card and left.
She just left. I looked around, she gone. I'm like, I'm still talking to him. I said, man, this dude.
Not about to sit there and listen to that.
Dude,
oh God.
Crazy. So so you've been in the game for like 30 years plus. You retired. Now, is there anything you regret about this business of distribution?
In all honesty, I have no regrets in my life.
I love that.
I honestly feel like I have lived my life the way my parents would have wanted me to live my life.
Right.
I don't regret quitting when I did.
Yeah.
You get to a point in your life where you cannot tolerate the bullshit.
Yes.
And when you get that way, and what happened, at one point, I smacked a little girl on a tour bus.
Oh.
They called me an old ass bitch. And I don't care if I am an old ass bitch. You ain't gonna call me that in front of all these kids. The rest of them gonna think they can.
They gonna do the same thing, yeah.
When I smacked the shit out of her, it was quiet for 2 hours till we got to Oklahoma City. 20 people on that bus and it was quiet.
Right.
But I had to.
Yeah.
She got in my head when she did that. And the first thought that came to my mind, if I let her get away with it, the rest of them gonna try me.
Right.
I have no regrets in my life. I feel like I lived my life the way God wanted me to, and I feel like I got in and got out.
Yeah.
And I'm cool for real.
Right.
Seriously. It's some people ask me about radio and how can they get this and how can they get that. Well, first of all, you're a 40-year-old rapper. Who listening to a 40-year-old rapper that's just getting started?
Right.
just getting
Getting started now,
yeah.
bro.
You're going to be like Biden and them in a minute.
Right.
On a cane and can't remember your name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I know what you can do, but you ain't going to like what I tell you.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't like it when you tell them the truth.
They do not like it.
You just getting started and you 40. Where you been?
Right.
I don't
So you
get
actually
that.
have 40-year-olds coming up to you trying to be.
I
want
can
to be
show you
right
better than I can tell you all day, every day, 40 years, and 40 plus years. How about that? And they come to me and say, can I get radio play? Can I get this? Everything costs. Everything.
Yeah.
And they're not going to spend no money.
Right.
They're not going to do the things it takes to get nowhere. Otherwise, it would have took you till you 40 to decide to get out the chair. You'll be in a wheelchair in a minute.
Right. Yes, you will be in a wheelchair in a minute. Yes. You ain't going to be able to stand up and perform. You ain't going to be able to do nothing. You're too old.
Right.
Now, like we was talking, music will never leave our hearts. We always love music. I'm about to get me another keyboard just so I have this a sound card with all my music on it. My other keyboard got messed up, so I'm gonna order another. I just want to hear it.
Right.
I just want to hear it. But you're never too old to write. You're never too old to produce music. But you're really not too old to sing or rap. But I don't think starting off at 40 and 50 ain't gonna get it.
Exactly.
That ain't gonna get
Unless
it.
you starting on the chitlin circuit down there. But even if you pay attention to the country singers, not country, Southern soul singers.
It's starting to be more
They
hip hoppy
younger.
type of
hip hoppy.
Yeah, it is. Because Jamal let me listen to I can't think of dude's name, but it was a Southern soul song. I can't think of the name of that song that's on that movie that dude doing.
Oh yeah, that Nino doing.
Yeah, you know the song that I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That was like a young type of
It's a young.
Yeah.
I got several Southern soul artists that I work with, and they still want me to do stuff for them. I ain't doing it because you're not making what's trending.
Oh yeah.
In the Southern soul.
You got me working hard.
I can't be working something that ain't gonna do nothing.
Right. You're gonna be working hard.
Right. And I can't convince people to buy, and if it's not even what they listening to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Then you're gonna look at me like I'm crazy.
That lady that got the song, My Last $2, I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was actually a Johnny Taylor song. And she said, she was at the casino, she spent all her money. She said, but if you could give me $2. He said, now don't put it in that slot machine. She said, no, my last $2. This is my last $2. If you just give me the last $2. And basically she was saying she gonna use it to get home. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that's an old song.
Right.
But they like it because they can line dance to it.
Yeah.
So if you making something that somebody can do a line dance to.
Oh, you
That
good.
is too, like a lot of that, what they call that, juke joint.
Yeah, juke joint.
Yeah.
Because that, what's that song?
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it.
I got my whiskey.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I got
then
my
Ain't
whiskey.
Yeah,
Everybody
And I
trying
got
to
my
tell
money.
me.
there you go.
And then that one, My Side Chick.
Yeah, My Side Chick,
And
yeah.
then there was another, No, one monkey don't stop no show.
Oh, yeah.
This train gonna keep on rolling. Like,
Yeah.
So that's kind of trendy.
You gotta have 3 or 4 women. Yeah. Stuff
that's
like that.
Trendy too.
Yeah.
Like
When you making music like that, that's in the Southern Soul, and they can line dance to it, you got a chance to do something. But it's got to be something that's trending.
Right.
And I've been past that stage where I just pick up anybody who got some money and I'm gonna promote their stuff.
Right.
Back in the day, I try to help them like that, but when I was hustling for money,
Yeah.
But see, a guy up in Detroit told me one time, right now you chasing the money. In a few years, the money gonna be chasing you. And I didn't know what he meant until about 10 years later, when we wasn't just picking up any artist. They gotta have something for real.
Right.
And that's when we did stuff with like Cash Money Records, Lil Flip, different people like that. And we started up in our scale too. Right. Because as a promoter, you only as good as that artist you promoting.
Right.
So if we picking up garbage, we gonna be garbage.
Right.
In the eyes of the people.
And y'all gonna make y'all gonna tarnish y'all name a little bit.
Yeah, in the eyes of the people. So once you get somebody that's good, Cash Money, perfect example. They got $100 million deal, and everybody start coming to us from everywhere to do their promotions and marketing.
Right.
We start, even though it was just me and Jamar around here, we picked up people in Louisville as a promoter, Cleveland, Atlanta. I got with the Hitmen DJs. Down in the Carolinas, we got with the different record pools. And all over, we just got with all the record pools. And everybody knew who we were. Right. J. Jones Entertainment. Yeah. And we grew and grew and grew. You know, the guy comes over from Japan, and he goes city to city to city. He said, Judy, everywhere I go, people ask me, do you know Judy Jones? You know Judy Jones? See, they know my name because I was out front. Right. But I never, ever go anywhere, talk on any podcast until I let everybody know, and I'm going to say it now. J. Jones Entertainment wasn't just Judy Jones. It was Judy, Jamar Hocker, Dorian Washington, King Dorian I told you about, X in Cleveland, and Lucky over in Indianapolis. Wow. We grew. And Brian in Milwaukee. We grew. And the more we grew, everybody was under that umbrella of J. Jones Entertainment. I couldn't have done this as big as we did by myself. Right. I couldn't. Right. And I give all props to my team and praises to God and my mama. Because I was the worst child my mama had. Out of 12, I'm number 12. Wow. And I was the worst child my mama had. Right. I was one in the family that was most likely not to succeed. Right. And I did it. Yeah. Did it. When my parents died, my mama died December 83. My daddy died March of 84. 3 months apart. I was 27 years old and fucked up. But I made up my mind. I'm going to live my life the way my mama wanted me to live. Right. I'm going to do what she wanted me to do. I went over to Northern Kentucky University, got me a bachelor's degree. I went from there. I was co-oping with Arc Distributing. And from there, everything just took off. It was just like, no, you asked me about regrets. I have none. Right.
No regrets.
None.
No regrets.
I can't even regret the bad times.
Right.
Because they helped me to become who I am today.
It's all a learning lesson.
That's it.
That's what I feel.
And most teenagers was like me anyway. They didn't have all their marbles. I tell people I was crazy back then. Something was wrong. You know how people say you ain't got all your marbles? Yeah. I didn't have all my marbles. Right. Yeah. But I can look back and say that. If you think about your teenage years, you think, damn, what was I thinking? What I do that for? What was I thinking?
Because I was really
going through growing pains.
Adventurous.
Right. That was just growing pains. I call all that your younger years. Like, I had told my daughter and stuff like that was just growing pains. Like, That's all. We gotta go through the growing pains.
Yeah, but see, you don't understand that until you
Till
get
you
our
get
age.
right.
Yeah.
And you be like, those was growing pains.
I know
That's
what
all.
Mama was talking about.
Right. Yeah.
That's all they use is growing pains.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we're gonna do right now is take a one more quick commercial break, and after that we're gonna segue out and get a couple more questions in. Then we're gonna hit it on the one. But give us 1 second. We'll be right back. Thank you. Yes, we are back. We are back in stack, and we are definitely on track. Never off. We're always on. Yes, 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 yes. So we left on some good notes, But I want to ask you, Miss Judy, what advice would you give to anyone that has any itching to want to be in the field of distribution as you were?
Well, it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of hard to be in it like I was back then.
Right, because the world changed and shifted.
Right. Yeah. So, personally, I think to invest in themselves, first of all. Now, how it can go is you get your own LLC, have your own label name, and you pick up artists under your label, put money behind them. Because most artists are not going to put the money behind themselves. They're not going to do what it takes to get to that higher level.
Right.
So I'm just going to say, as a parent, you say you have a son that's in the music business.
Right.
Let's use him for example. You all have a label name. Okay? And that label name has your son underneath it. You got your LLC. Now you need to get your BMI together or your ASCAP, whatever one you decide. That is for production and royalty payments.
Right.
Okay? Because you're going to have, under you, you're going to have your copyrights, all his stuff that he won't do.
Right.
You're going to do it. So you're entitled to royalties. So you're publishing, I said production, but I meant publishing, I'm sorry. You're publishing. Now you have a publishing company and a songwriter company.
Right.
Whoever wrote that song, whoever composed that song, up under you all, they're going to go onto your publishing and give credits for that.
Right.
Okay? So now you can go through whoever you want to get your stuff uploaded to TuneCore or one of those places.
Right.
But you're going to have to put money behind to get spins. You're going to have to get out here and do the promotion. As I said, get some download cards.
Right.
He ain't going to spend $500 to get download cards.
Right.
He might not even go out there to the little white girls and give it to them.
Right.
But you're going to have to take that artist and you grab him by the shirt tail and say, you're going to stand out here with me and you're going to give him this. You're going to take pictures with him. After he get known, you could charge people to take a picture with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Chris Brown it. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then once you get him playing in these clubs, he get a show. Let's say his show start off at $1,500, $2,500.
Right.
You get a percentage of that. 20% of that comes to you. You see what I'm saying? And for every $2,500 he getting, you getting $500. You see what I'm saying? Now, say you in 10 clubs in a week.
Yes.
Now you making $5,000 a week. How much he making? You see what I'm saying? understand that it's a building situation.
Yes.
If you are the manager, the agent, and all of that too, it's your son.
Yeah.
You could say, hey, I'm gonna do all of this. I'm gonna put the money behind you, but 50% of this coming to us.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Because he's young and you don't want to give him all that money in the first place. Mm-hmm. You see what happens when you give young people too much money? Right. They don't know what they buying.
Right. Man, any and everything.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Everything.
So that's how you do this. It's a domino effect.
Yeah.
But somebody got to be in charge.
Somebody.
And it's got to be those of us that got our marbles in place now.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So that's how you're going to do that.
Yeah.
And that's what I suggest to anybody. Get somebody in your corner to help you do this that's got all their marbles in place. And they're not just for the good of themselves, but they're for the good of you.
Hard. It's going to take a lot of hard work, lots and lots of hard work,
from
dedication.
Everybody concerned.
Yes.
You have to have meetings at the end of the week. You say, okay, see what we did here all this week, blah, blah, blah. And it adds up to this amount in the pot.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
50% you, 50% us. Mm-hmm. Now, we're going to take your 50%, we're going to put it in a trust for you till you're 21 years old or more. Right. You know? Yeah. I'm saying, I don't know how old your son is, right. But I'm just saying, as a child, you have to do that sometimes.
Because because
they're going to spend it.
Exactly.
And they ain't going to have nothing.
Right. Nothing.
And that's not what you're going to do this for.
Right.
You want to do this for your future.
Yeah.
You got to build. And once they get 25, 26, wherever you set that trust up, then they can take from that money. By that time, they starting to get this together and see what you done did.
Yeah.
And now they can say, oh, I'm going to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, I'm going to take some money, and this is what I want to do. Make them show you the plan.
Yeah.
And say, I'm going to bring some young artists under me.
Yeah. Okay,
so now you set up his label and do the same thing that you did for yourself. He can still do that, but at 100%, he's still under you.
Yeah.
So if he bringing in this under his label, then you're entitled to so much because you show him how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you always got money coming in.
Right.
Always got money coming in. Always.
So to answer
sense.
your questions, the main thing I want to tell anybody, get somebody behind you that got some sense.
Yes.
Because most of these artists ain't got no sense.
Not scared to tell you no.
Not exactly. You don't want a bunch of yes men.
Yeah.
Right.
But the money is in merchandise, performances, and streams.
Yeah.
Merchandise, performances, and streams.
That's what
so while he on that stage, and I don't care if it's the little boy down the street, you get some T-shirts. Think what is it that these kids like? T-shirts,
hats,
tights.
Yeah,
the
those
girls like tights.
Yeah,
with,
tights
with his name going down it. Mm-hmm. You know, stuff that you know is trending.
Yeah.
Watch what the kids wear. Pay attention to what's going on around, and say, "Oh, all these girls like tennis skirts now. Mm-hmm. They love these tennis skirts." And what do they call soccer shorts? What kind of shorts?
Biker short.
Is that what they are? No, not the biker shorts. They look like
the old school shorts, high shorts.
Yeah. With the little split on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I know
about?
what you're talking about.
And I only know this because my 13-year-old niece wanted to go shopping, and she was asking for that stuff.
Right.
I said, well, if you get that, you're going to put some long tights underneath. She looks at me and just roll her eyes. I say, put them shorts there.
Right.
But that's what you need to do. Pay attention to trends and get trending stuff for the merchandise.
Right.
Because that's where the money is, in the merchandise and in the shows. The big money is in shows.
Yeah,
you can start at $2,500, $1,500 and go up from there.
Yeah.
Every year, I would say increase it.
I love it.
You know.
Now that is some. I feel like that's some great advice. That's very sound advice, very heartfelt and very much needed advice for these youngins today, and some adults. Some
Yes.
adults still need that advice.
Yes, because I got 40-year-old rappers. They're just getting started.
Right. Now, I wanna ask you now that advice right there, right?
Right.
What? This is the last question that we're gonna ask before we get up out of here, because I know you got to go home and get your rest.
Exactly.
What advice would you have given the younger you?
The younger me,
Yes, the younger you. Think back to, when you 15, 20, all that. What advice
girl,
would you
you
give?
better listen to your mama.
That's what it is?
That's exactly
Okay.
what I would have did.
Okay, yeah.
Because every time I came in the house late,
Uh-huh.
my mom be sitting on that couch and she said, I listen to Al Shatakati. And as soon as Al Shatakati come on, he said, it's 11 o'clock. And where are your children?
He sure.
I said, you need to
He
stop
sure
listening
did.
to Al Shatakati. I was bad. I said, you better stop listening to Al Shatakati.
Right. He did used to say that. Al Shatakati. I remember Al Shatakati.
It's 11 o'clock and where are your children?
Where are
They
your
need to
children?
be playing that now.
Yes.
It's
Somebody need to
11
redo it.
o'clock and where are your children?
Where are your children? They at the club.
I tried to cut him knew everything.
Did
Al
he?
Shatakati.
Did he? Him and that, what was that? Howard Cosell.
Man. The good old days.
Yes.
Yes. Well, Miss Judy, we want to say that we want to thank you so much.
Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
Gosh, yes, you deserve a round of applause. Thank
It's
you
good
so
to
much
meet
for
good
coming.
people.
Yes. And
Yes, it is.
you're definitely a good person. I can tell.
Thank
It's my
you.
first time ever talking to you this long period. Probably the first time ever talking to you in life, besides like the phone
On the
calls.
phone,
Yeah,
yeah.
This the first time. But I appreciate Jamar hooking us up with a very brilliant, a very dedicated, and a very thoughtful young lady to me. Very, very special.
And he the one told you, asked me about that Puff Daddy stuff, ain't he?
Nah, I ain't. We gonna blame it on Jamar. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jamar did tell me. He did. Jamar, you did tell me. Yes, he
There
told
you
me. He
go.
told me. But nah, we want to thank you for coming out, man. And, gracing our platform and having such a graceful conversation for our audience. I'm quite sure they appreciate it. And we want to say, keep doing what you're doing, relaxing and maxing, and grow some seed. Put some seeds on that farm that you have, so we can come over there and get some fruit and stuff. And we're gonna
That's
get
what
it.
I'm talking about.
We're gonna get it before the deer get it.
There you go.
We're gonna get it before the deer get it.
Well, I
we wanna-
appreciate you all for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say, wifey? My beautiful wife.
No, just good night. Thanks
said
to
good night.
everybody who were watching us tonight and tuning in. If you didn't catch it, I know y'all gonna catch it tomorrow because we be having a lot of views.
Yes, we do. Anything you want to say, Judy? Before
No,
we leave?
I just want to say thank you. It's a pleasure meeting both of you all. I'm glad that she's into God the way
Oh, yeah.
I am now.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
okay.
at 67 years old now, and I feel like, everything I do, I had to answer to God.
Yes.
And I make sure that I let them kids know
Yes.
everything that you got to answer to God. It's consequences for everything you do.
Yeah.
And I was really glad to hear you going that way too.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I appreciate
just
that.
Yeah.
Yes, because that means that your home is sanctified. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yep.
We all have trials and tribulations, and just that guidance from God, that Bible. I like to hear the word, and I don't just listen to the word on Sunday. I
Right.
listen every day.
Right.
And I hear it every day. And so you practice what you preach.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at now. So
Yeah.
I just want to tell y'all thank you.
Yeah,
Both of you
thank
are
you.
beautiful
Yeah, 'cause
people.
I really believe in everything start with God and everything end with God. He's the Alpha and the Omega, so you gotta,
Yes.
you gotta be on that path with Him.
That's
Everything
it.
you do starts with Him. I always tell people, you want to go somewhere in life or whatever, God is already there. He waiting on you to just come. Anything in life, like that's how when me and him talking, I always be like, we gotta. If you pray about something, you gotta move in that direction
Yeah.
that you pray for. You have to move in that direction. You have to just say, if you wanted a new job, you gotta go fill out the application.
There you go.
Yep.
You gotta move in that direction, because a lot of people just pray and they think it's just gonna fall in their lap. But you gotta move in that direction. You can, each day you got to do something towards that, even if you're just speaking of it. You have to move in that direction. You can fill out the application. Like, God, I want to fill out the application. You got to move in that direction of what you prayed for, and it's given to you.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we want to say once again, thank you, Miss Judy Jones Entertainment, Judy Jones Specialities, Judy Jones, period. We want to thank you for coming. So we're going to end this segment, man, and we appreciate everybody for tuning in, but we got to go because it's time to get some night-night. Peace, we out.
We out.